Well, hello, New Hope UMC family and friends, and Merry Christmas. I hope that you had the most blessed and special Christmas with your family, surrounded by those who love you. I just wanted to come and share with you a short video as we come into this last week of 2021 to allow us to take a second and talk about year-end giving. Year-end giving is one of the most important things that we do in the church. It's a way that we can help the church to finish off a great year and step into the new year in a really strong way. I'm so excited to thank you for your faithful giving in 2021. We have been able to do far more than we had planned or expected here at New Hope. We've been able to begin new ministries and do new things in our community, as well as forge some brand new relationships through things like our brand new high school that opened up right in our backyard. So we are excited about the doors that God is opening up in 2022, and we believe that your year-end giving is a key aspect to really setting us up with one foot forward moving into the new year financially, and being excited about the new doors that God will open, the new ministries that will begin, nurturing ministries that have been around for decades, as well as continuing to breathe life into things that we began in 2021. So I wanted to share just a quick message with you. You know, when 2021 began, we looked a lot different than we do today. We started with skipping every seat, everyone masked up. We started really unsure of what the year would look like, and we certainly weren't in a place where we could really throw our doors wide open and invite our community into our building and worship in a way that we're used to, in a way where we could just really say, everybody come, because we had so many restrictions on the way we were able to do worship. For good reason, of course. We wanted to keep everyone safe until everyone could get vaccinated, and we wanted to just be as careful and cautious as we could, as we continue to be, especially now with this new variant and living into what that looks like for us. So one of the things I did in a very first meeting with our leadership in 2021 was I talked about the idea of us being called to be fishermen and fisherwomen. Certainly Jesus told us to go out and to fish. Well, it's hard to fish when your doors are closed and you can't hug people's necks and you got to wear a mask and can't see people's smiles and you got to skip every other row and you can't touch each other. That makes for some pretty tough fishing. So I had a really honest conversation with our church leaders and talked about the idea that when you can't fish, what do? You mend your nets. You get ready for the time when you can fish. And I said that I felt like 2021 was a year for us as a church to mend our nets, to prepare for the day when we could swing wide the doors open, where we could hug people's necks and welcome them back in. So I told them that I felt like in this mending season that we needed to look at our entire campus, look at where we had deficiencies, things that weren't up to code, things that weren't up to a standard of excellence as far as greeting and welcoming new people, things that we'd been putting off doing that might cause us to have to shut down operations for a day or two, and get those things done now so that when 2022 came, which is now here, that we would be able to truly do that, to get back to fishing. So we did 5 things this last year. We found out that our fire system was not up to code. It was far from it. And so we spent a significant amount of money, about $13,000, getting our fire system fully up to code, approved by the county, approved by the company that works with us for all of our fire protection needs, and got that all up to date. In our lower building, up here in our upper building, out in our next generation building, everything is up to code and running great. That's a fantastic thing to be able to share with you. We also noticed that every time it rained that we had some little leaks around, and we were having to put trash cans around to catch those leaks in our sanctuary. So we got the roof fixed. We had a company up on the roof. They assessed the damage. They assessed places that needed to be fixed, and they fixed our roof. That was the second thing we did. The third thing we did was when we were talking about a work day this fall, folks were mentioning about our detention pond. I said, I didn't know we had one. It was so overgrown that you couldn't even find it. You couldn't even get to it. There were literally full-grown trees in it. This, of course, was not in line with the county. It also didn't even have a fence around it, which of course is a requirement by our county. So we were able to bring volunteers in that got us to where we could get to it. And then we were able to bring a professional company in that completely got it down to the bare ground. Another company came in and fenced the whole thing. We got signs up on it, letting folks know that's authorized access only. And we've got a plan to keep it maintained and just like it looks now moving into the future. It was a big project. Again, cost us several $1,000s, just like the roof, just like the fire system, but it was something that was needed and it's something that we celebrate. Also, the added benefit to that is now our property is completely open up to Truman Mountain Road. So as folks drive by, they can see the entire campus, which is pretty neat. We also found out that with a building that's hitting its 20-year mark that we had some plumbing issues, and so we ended up spending about $4,000 getting the plumbing all fixed and up to code up here in our sanctuary space and celebration center. And finally, you know about live streaming, right? We've been doing it now for over 2 years. We've gotten really good at it. I think I'm proud of our tech team. I'm proud of our folks that work with that ministry to make sure that we can offer excellent streaming. Do you know that we're having over, some weeks, over 200 folks tune in and worship with us via our live stream? Well, we found that all those folks tuning in and all that bandwidth that was being used, the residential personal internet connection we had at church wasn't doing it. So we had to up our wireless capacity. We had to up our internet coming into the church. We had to upgrade our phone system. None of those sound cheap, and guess what? They weren't. But we got it done. All in all, we had to spend a whole lot of money getting our nets mended, getting ready to get out there and fish again. I'm so excited that we had that money in reserve, that we didn't have to go out and do a big campaign to raise it, that we as a church have been faithful over the years to have that money ready to go when it was needed, to be able to use the combination of the right time and the right stewardship and get that work done. So here's my challenge as we wrap up. I want to challenge you as we move into year-end giving to think about how a blessing that was to have those funds and how we can replenish those funds at the end of this year. So what we're going to do is, with 100% of what's given year end, we're going to put it back into that reserve fund for the next big thing we need to do, for the next big rainy day project, for the next mending of our nets. So I hope that you will give generously. You always do. I know you will now. I hope that you will be excited about helping us get ready. These were 5 big things, but to be honest, our main building is hitting its 20-year mark, which means there are going to be some other big things that come up in 2022. We don't ever want to have to put off something that we need to go fishing for people because the money's not there. So I hope that you'll be faithful. I hope you'll be excited about year-end giving. I hope that you'll be generous with your year-end giving. So let me tell you how you do it. I'm going to put some links up right here on the video where you can go to our website. It's super simple. It's just newhopeumc.org/give. You can also mail in those checks to the church office as long as they are postmarked by the midnight on the 31st. They are good. We'll get them. We'll put them in. And you can also simply call the church office and let us know, and we'll arrange a time to meet with you, to meet up with you somewhere to get your check if you'd rather give it to someone in person. So be praying about it. Think about how you'll do it. Let's continue to mend our nets. Let's get ready to go fishing because fishing season is here and it's time for New Hope to get busy doing it. So don't forget, give online. Here's the link. Don't forget, you can mail it in by midnight on the 31st. You just got to get it postmarked by the 31st. And don't forget, you can always call us in the church office and set up a time to meet with us. Thank you so much, stewards of New Hope. I look forward to what God is going to do in 2022. He has blown us away in ways we never imagined in 2021. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg of the impact we're going to have in our community and around the world. I look forward to giving with you in this last week of 2021 as we look forward to 2022. Have a great week. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.